here now too, but I mean going back closer to home. I mean, you got some friends, some other family who you get to see play.
Yeah, actually, my grandmother, my cousins, I have a lot of family members that's down there, and just some childhood friends, and they all texted me and told me that they're going to be at the game. But it feels good that I could be back playing in New York because the Barclays Center is actually like a place where I won one of my first tournaments. So actually, my first middle school tournament. So it feels good to be in college and being able to play for another chance to win another tournament.
What's kind of your memories from that middle school tournament there, playing there?
That's when I noticed that the courts were huge. There was a lot of running, and it was just like a great experience because that's when the Barclays Center had first opened up, and everybody was like, we was all just so amazed at it. But it was just like we felt like we were on top of the world, even though we was just in middle school. We felt like we were those NBA players.
Just how big is it playing in New York in general, just for even the other guys who don't have a history of playing there?
I mean, I think everybody's pretty excited. Just being in any NBA arena, even if it was in New York, but everybody knows like the history of the New Jersey Nets, and now they got the Brooklyn Nets. Coach Barnes coaching Kevin Durant and him being there, so we're all super pumped about this game.
Zakai, you guys have been so good on defense, and it's so early. I mean, usually that kind of comes as the season goes on. Have you been surprised it's been that good on that end?
Definitely not, because I know everybody's mindset going into every game is knowing that they have to stop the guy in front of them. So even if we get scored on one time, we feel like it's not the end of the world, but we know like, yeah, I messed up. I can't let that happen. But everybody on the team, from the first guy all the way to the end of the bench, including the coaches, managers, everybody understands how we have to have that defensive DNA.
Yeah, Coach still talks a lot about defense. Do you feel that you all are making the necessary improvements and changes?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because we understand what we got to do on offense, but at the end of the day, if you stop somebody on defense, they can't score either.
Have you seen anything out of Maryland so far? Have y'all watched them, or what have you picked up?
We have watched them. A few of us on our own individually. We know what the game plan is, and we for sure going to execute it.
Is anything Julian doing surprising you? Or did you see this back in July and August?
Oh, I saw this when we first played Open Run because I had no idea who he was, what type of player, and then once he committed, I was happy and stuff because I knew coaches said that he would be a great addition. And I remember we had that first Open Run, and I made a phone call to my cousins back home. I was like, yo, it's Julian kid. I was like, he's the real deal. I had no idea. Like you wouldn't be able to tell just by his body type. I was like, man, he's probably not. He's probably okay. He's not a surprise, but he is a surprise.
So how about that double-double, getting that against EKU? How excited were you all for him and the development he's been able to make?
Oh, super excited because he understands what on the court that he knows that he has to rebound and play defense, and that's something that he's improving on every day, day in and day out. But scoring, I know he's definitely going to do that. But I love seeing him hit the glass and getting 10 rebounds. He better do it next game too.
So y'all have had to play without Joe some and you've won. You've had to play without Santi some and you've won. You'd rather have those guys out there, obviously, but how good has it been for y'all to show that you got different guys who can step in and do different things and be all right?
Oh, that's really good because that's just us being, I feel like, mentally tough because you never know when your number could be called at any given moment. You never know when somebody could get hurt. So just knowing that everybody has the mental toughness to be able to step up and still prove that we are one of the best teams, top teams in the country, no matter who's out there on that floor, it's a really good feeling.
Zakai, coach has talked a lot about Tyreek, being asked to do things he's never been asked to do before, as far as ball handling and playing the point. What have you done or can you do to help him out there?
I just talk to him every day. No matter what, if he doesn't feel comfortable with a situation or something how Coach Barnes is telling him how to do it, and I understand it, I'll go over to him and tell him. If I don't understand, I'll go and ask Coach, hey, what do you mean by this? And then we learn off of each other pretty much, and we feed off each other's energy. But we help each other out, and I love being able to help him out.
Any challenges you're expecting to see from Maryland?
I know that no matter who we play, we're gonna get their best shot because we are one of those top teams, and we're gonna get their best shot. So we got to go out and just give them all we got, and we know we got to do.
Zakai, do you still play with a chip on your shoulder when you go against these big teams? Like, almost nobody recruited you. Have you done enough now to where that's gone, or is it still there?
Oh no, it's still gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. I wouldn't be the same player if I let that chip off my shoulder. So no matter if I'm playing video games on the court, no matter what, I always feel like I got something to prove every time I'm in some type of game.
How much do you enjoy being a guy who people really don't like to play against? I mean, it just seems like, you know, some guys just kind of get under people's skin a little bit, and you're obviously pretty decent.
Oh yeah, I love being able to get under people's skin because it's just funny to me at the end of the day because nobody expects me to be able to do it, and I remember growing up and my cousins being able to get under my skin. So now when I see it to other people, it's like, yeah, now you're my little brother.
So they're the ones who trained you basically for that a little bit, your cousins?
Oh yeah, my older cousin Javon, it started off with football. I would try to like run past him, get past him, and he was like never let me score on him or do anything. If it was football, basketball, never let me. He'll just never let up, man. I would cry because I would be just wanting to win so much, and now seeing doing that to other people is just funny to me.
Do you have a favorite basketball memory in New York? I know you mentioned that tournament in Barclays.
That's a good question. That one definitely has to be at the top. Or man, that's a good one. Or I would say playing in Dyckman Park. That was a really fun one because it's a lot of Rucker Park was really big back then, but now in my era it's pretty much Dyckman Park. That's the new Rucker Park. So it was just really good to be out there and play and just knowing all the history. Kevin Durant had played there. A lot of NBA players that came through. LeBron had played. So it was just good being able to play there and just being able to say I could play on the same court as those guys.
All right, Zakai, thank you.